Hello, 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 everybody. Hi. So my name is E. This is Creations Paint Party, and tonight is Frosty Covered Bridge. What? So say hello, hello, hello. If you're painting with me tonight, let me know if anyone's painting with you. Let me know if you're new to the fam, right? Let me know all this good stuff. We got to give props to you know who, and I got to show you my handy dandy table. So let's get it started. Oh yeah. Say hi to your fans, Butters. Say hi, good boy. Where you going? Where you going, buddy? Where are we going? He was going somewhere. I don't know where he was going. All right, the table. Okay, I got my paint already poured. White, red, blue, and black. No yellow this evening. We've got our weapons for tonight. You definitely need a fluffy brush. Alrighty, so make sure you have a fluffy brush. Big boy is in the house. He is a 1-inch flat. We have Mr. Tiny. He's just a small round for details. And of course, Mini Me, who looks just like Big Boy, except he's really small. He's a shader brush. Alright, all those go in your water. When you clean them, you swirl, you tap, you dab on your paper towel. You want to dab in the shape of your bristles. You want to make sure that they're wet but not dripping. And of course my Java. Gotta have the Java. Gotta keep it moving. We got people coming on already. Hello, Katie. How you doing? How you doing, sweetheart? Tina B's in the house. Oh, yeah. What's up, Tina B? Barbara's hanging out with us. Hello, Barbara. Yeah, I don't know where Butters was going. He was on a mission. Artist is here. What's up, Artist? How you doing, lovey? Aw, thank you so much, Artist. And let's see who else we got going on here. Kelly's hanging out with us. Oh, guys, we need Tina M's hanging out with us. Hello, Tina M. Watching tonight, but you watch the replay this weekend and paint it then. It sounds good. Tina M's a watcher. All right, guys, we need our healing wishes sent out. All right, fam? We got to send our healing blessings out there to our lovely Miss Kelly, because she is feeling under the weather. So, lots of healing wishes. You're coming your way, Kelly. I hope you're feeling better. Kelly's a watcher too, right? Of course you're going to be a watcher. We'll make you feel better. The fam will make you feel better. All right, I'm going to put you guys in your handy dandy holder so you can take a look at what we're doing tonight. I mean, moving on back. Move it back so you guys can see the whole thing. Oh boy, I gotta move it back even further. You are under a blanket with hot tea. That sounds Diane's hanging out with us. Hi, Diane. Hello, Diane. So, Tina's, remember how I was saying you guys wanted the sugar skull? It wasn't you, it was Diane. It was Diane. Yes, we got good stuff tonight. You guys have been asking me. You always ask me for landscapes, and somebody asked for a covered bridge, so here we go. So I'm working on a 16 by 20, 16 this way, 20 across. If you're working on anything smaller, that is fine. Yes, sugar skull. If you're working on anything smaller, that's fine. As long as you're in the general area of your canvas that I'm in, you will be fine. Hey, y'all. Hey, Kim. Yeah, I figured it out. I could have sworn it was one of you two, but it was not. It was Diane. Hello, Kim. How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing, lovey? All right, so I cannot show you both at once what I'm working on and the finished product, so if you need a reference, take a screenshot so you can have a reference for yourself. I'll try to, show you here and there, bring it back into the scope of things, but yes, Nosy Gnome, Tina B, that's so funny you brought up Nosy Gnome, because the Friday before Valentine's Day will be Nosy Gnome. I did not forget Mr. Nosy Gnome. I'm still working on him, but if you noticed, I am all set up except for the Friday before Valentine's Day, that 11th, February 11th. That is going to be Nosy Gnome. Hello, Nancy. How you doing, sweetheart? Nancy's in the house. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And Kelly, you mentioned blanket and tea, and now I don't feel like doing a thing. Now I just want to sit under a blanket and have some tea. Thank you so much, Kim. What was I going to say? I forgot. Oh, so remember, guys, always, always kid friendly. Please, if you could watch your comments, and you know, I'll try to watch this thing right here. Hi, I'm like a angel. I got light. Let there be light. Ooh, I got my little halo. Right? So anyway, guys, if you could be good with your comments, I'll try to be good with this thing. And it is always free to watch. Tips are appreciated. PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. Those links are on the event page, and you could find them throughout my business page too. Thank you so much for your support, as always. All right, so let's get this shindig started. Oh, yeah. It's the almighty blank canvas. Ooh, it's so scary. It's so scary. But that's right. We're going to hit it with our almighty weapons. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're going to hit it with our almighty weapons. So, right where I need to stand to paint, Butters left me a toy. That's what he did. He left me a toy. All right, we're going to start off with big boy. Swirl, tap, dab, big boy. Starting off with the bigger boy. Oh, yeah. All right, like I said, there is no yellow in this painting, but I have my black, blue, red, and white. Same colors every single party. Okay, for your sky, it is white, red, blue, and a little bit of black. White, red, blue, and a little bit of whack. He totally left me a gift. I can't talk already. White, red, blue, and a little bit of black. That's what I'm trying to say. Or, if you like, white, red, blue, and a little bit of black. If it's coming out too dark, just add a little more white to it. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And it doesn't matter, you know, you can do whatever. If you add a lot of red and blue, you'll get like the purple tone to it. It's kind of cool. So, you know, whatever you want to do there. It's kind of nifty. I like it. I like it when it has the purple tone to it. I'm getting all sorts of crusties coming out on my paint lately for some reason. I don't know why that's happening. No idea. So, as you're putting it on, the more you go over it, the more it's going to blend together. If you just do some swipes here and there, it'll turn around and you'll have all the different separation. You'll have all the different separation. Yeah, so if you stick and move, you'll get the separation of colors. If you want it all soft and blended, you just keep painting over it and you will be fine. It'll soften it all out and you'll get all the separation, all the softness. I like the separation of colors. Some people like it soft and blended. It's your painting, it's your world. You guys do whatever you want. You do whatever you want. All right, so you're doing this. You're doing this about a quarter of the way down, about a hand's worth of the way down, okay? Just a quarter. Just a quarter. All right, just a quarter. All right, it makes the prettiest combination of colors, right? You guys are like, we're mixing 4 colors at once, Eve? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. White, red, blue, and black. All right, when you get to about a quarter of the way down, you want to turn around and just do blue, black, and white. No more red. Blue, black, and white. No more red, okay? And that's the next quarter. Whoops, that's way too dark. Way too dark. You want this to look like, kind of like a steely gray, bluish snow kind of color. All right, you don't want it to be too dark. You don't want it to be too dark. And don't worry about where the two join, because that's where our trees are going. So you want to do this, no more red, just the blue, black, and white, and you want it to look like a grayish color, like a gray snow color. That's what you want. And that's the next quarter. That's the next quarter. Okay. Shoop, shoop, shoop. Right? Gotta get some paint on this canvas. Gotta get some paint on this canvas. Yes, we do. Alright, and the next quarter down, you want to turn around and you're going to do a whole lot more white. So you're going to do the blue and the black, but you're going to add a whole lot of white. Alright, blue and black and a whole lot of white. A whole lot of white. Yes. Extra, extra, extra white. Okay, so because this is our lake area. This is the lake or the stream or the river or whatever you want to call it. That's what this section is. Okay, that's what this section is right here. So, whole lot of white. Whole lot of white. I gotta grab more white. See, a whole lot of white. I definitely gotta grab more white. Here we go. I'm a big old glob. I grabbed a big old glob. So when you're putting this on, guys, right, you know, you see me grabbing big old globs of paint, but I actually spread it really thin. Alright, so you guys want to make sure that when you're putting this stuff on, unless I tell you otherwise, always do your backgrounds thin, 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 thin. How do you want to do your backgrounds? Thin, 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 thin. And the reason for that is because you don't want to have all these globs of paint. You don't want to have all these globs of paint when you go to put your objects on here. You don't want to have all those globs of paint because it's going to wind up not drying and mixing into your stuff, and you're going to be a mess. Hi, Megna. How you doing, sweetheart? All right, Megna. So what did I do so far? Up here, blue, red, black, white. 1/4. Blue, black, and white. Blue, black, and white, but extra, extra, extra white. And then on the bottom, I'm going to go back to just the blue, black, and red and white. Whatever I'm trying to say. Whatever I'm trying to say. Back to the dark colors. Back to the dark colors on this bottom piece. Going dark. Going to the dark side, people. Going to the dark side. So. Going to the dark side. Yes, we are. And just like that, you've got your background filled in. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And we're not worried about what's going on down here. We're just kind of filling it with paint. Because we're going to put all the leaves and plants and everything else over this. So it's no worries there. There's no worries there. We're not going to stress it. No, we're not going to stress it. All we're doing is putting background on, guys. And most of this, we're going to cover up. So there you have it. Alright, so those of you that are just chiming on, top quarter was blue, red, black, white. Next one, blue, black, and white. Next one, blue, black, whole lot of white. This one, hello, 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 Sandy. This one was blue, black, red, and white down here. Okay? And, you know, I'll let everybody catch up mustard, those of you that are just chiming on. And I'll just show you in the original what I'm talking about with these different colors. See this? That's this part. And this is this part. And then this is this part. And then we got the bottom, which we don't see. Okay, so that was the different, why I had you do different sections, different colors. That is why we did it like that. 6,000%. Alrighty. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So, Sandy is her first time here. Hello, 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 Sandy. Everybody give a warm Eve's Creations family welcome to Sandy. Hello. Welcome, sweetheart. How you doing? All right. Tina B's already on that. Look at you. You're already on that. All right. So I got roll call here. I know there's a lot more people on than what I have on my roll call. So if you're hanging out watching with us and you're not saying anything, we call that a creeper. If you're hanging out and you're not painting, we call that a watcher. And then, of course, we have our painters. And there's artists. Hello, 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 artists. Oh, I have you already. So I like to write everyone's names down so we all get props. You are so welcome, Sandy. So welcome. If you have any questions, 6,000% ask. If I don't answer you, Megna will. If I don't answer you, Megna will. Sugar Creek, Missouri. Oh, yeah. Lynn is hanging out. She's painting. She's a painter. Hello, 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 Lynn. How you doing, sweetheart? You wanted to be a painter, right? Not a creeper? Barbara's hanging out. I got you already, Barbara. Unless you're a different Barbara, which is a possibility. That happens, too. Nope, same Barbara. I got you. Yep, Megna's saying hi to everybody. Right? Lynn rather be known as a painter than a creeper. I hear you, Lynn. I hear you. Alright, so we're going to do a little ketchup mustard time. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you what's coming up. Alright, so next Friday is the llamas. This is next Friday. Carolyn's hanging out with us. You're going to try it, but not as winner. All right, Carolyn, no worries. So, and yes, I know I spelled llama wrong. Don't pay any attention to that. This is actually the llama for Dalai Lama, not llama the animals. But anyway, that's next Friday. All right, Carolyn's going to try it. It's not winter. That sounds good to me, Carolyn. All right, so, guys, get your fluffies out. Get your fluffies out. Swirl, tap, dab your fluffies. We're going to be fluffing. Lots of fluffing in this. Kavitha. Kavitha's her first time here. And you are, hello, this is Kavitha. And you are, and your 3-year-old son, Satvik. I hope I did that right. I'm the biggest name botcher you ever want to meet. Kavitha. I mess up names so bad. Satvik. Hi, lovey. When I can't pronounce something, I just go right into the go-to of lovey and sweetie and hun and all of those things. Barbara, thank you so much for the stars. You're amazing. Thank you guys for the support. You all warm my heart. All right, we're hitting Fluffy up. Punky's painting. Hi, Punky. Hi, Lovey. All right, so you want to swirl, tap, dab your Fluffy, and you want to smash them into your paper towel. Get them nice and fluffy. Brenda is here painting. Hello, 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 Brenda. Welcome. Welcome, sweetheart. Oh boy, I'm going to need oxygen to do this roll call. I love it. I like it a lot. thought I said lubby. That's what your grandkids call me? Oh, I love that, Sandy. Lubby. Alright, make sure he's nice and fluffy. You see that? You see how fluffy that is? That's what you want. That's what you want. Alright, so we're going to go right here on that first line. And you're going to grab your blue, your black, dab, 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 a smidge of white, a smidge, and this is going to give you like a steely gray color. See that? But don't over smush it. You want the separation of colors in your brush. This is your first time live. He's super excited when you called his name. That is the whole point, Kavitha. Welcome to the fam, guys. Welcome to the fam. So that first line right here, you're just going to smush. And you want to do like an EKG, zigzags, up and down. Up and down, up and down. Right? Up and down. So across that line, but you're going up and down. Okay? That's why I said don't worry about where the separations of colors were, because we're going to cover it. We're going to cover it. Now, I did a how-to on smushing. So basically, we're going to make the back line the darkest. Oh, I'll be saying his name more, right, Magna? I always say your guys' names. I love it. I like it a lot. I love when the kiddos are here. Absolutely, 6,000%. I think it's so important for kids to get involved with art. So important. Like really, really, really important. I love it. Like, if you guys ever purchase any of my artwork, if it's for a child, let me know, because you get a discount. Your favorite? Yes, I do. Magna, remember when you did roll call for me? Remember that? That was fun. That was fun. That was definitely fun. Alright, so once you have this on there, you're going to wipe the goop off of your brush, right? You don't have to clean it, just get all the goop off. And then very, very, very lightly, right, you're going to grab your white paint, just white, do a little tap tap. And then very lightly, you're going to tap onto all you just did. Here, there, not everywhere, guys. Let me give you a close-up. Close-up! See that? Here, there, not everywhere. All right, Carolyn, you're not doing snow, so don't do this. Do this with a lighter shade of whatever your background foliage was. Just do it with a lighter shade. Okay, so here, there, not everywhere. You're just going to tap this in very lightly because you don't want it to smush into the wet paint you just put on there. Okay, so you're going to do this very lightly. Thank you so much, Tina B. I really appreciate that. Yes, I do have the brush sets available. So anybody that wants to have the exact brushes I use for every single party, you just got to message me. That's all. We could send them your way. Alright, so very lightly, here, there, not everywhere. You're going to tap this on and grab more paint. Don't start smushing harder because the white's running out. Grab more paint because you're going to smush it right into what you already have, and then it's going to become a big mushy mess. We don't want a mushy mess. We want it to look like trees with snow on it. Ah, thank you, Magna. Yeah, the brush kits have every single brush that I've used for every single video. You get Big Boy, Mini Me, Tiny, 3 fluffies, small, medium, and large, and 2 nifties. So you get a total of, what's it, 7 brushes? I think it's 7. Okay, once you have that, you're going to take Mini Me, since I just brought him up. We're going to take Mini Me. He's a small square shader brush. See that? How he's square? This is what you want to do your zigzag zoom with. And the small microscopic amount of black paint. Microscopic amount of black paint. And underneath all of this, you just want to zigzag zoom. Let me give you a close-up. Close-up. Right? So it's not a perfectly straight line. You're just zigzag zooming underneath all of this. And then if you do a little pull down, it'll get a little softer. And you could always swipe your finger across to blend it even more. So it's a little bit of black paint. You want to start up right underneath all that smushing you did. And then if you want to do a little pull down to soften it out, and run your finger. That's all we're doing across the whole thing. And just like that, guys, you have a tree line in the distance. Just like that. Easy peasy. Oh, lemon squeezy, guys. You guys got this. You're just zigzagging. That's all you're doing. Just little zigzags. Little zigzags right underneath all that smushing that you did. That's it. And Carolyn, if you're not doing winter, then you want to turn around, and this is the color of whatever, a darker version of whatever you made this. Okay? And now, with that same brush, you want to grab some black paint. And if you want to put some stems in, actually, I should use Tiny for that. We're going to use Tiny for that. You caught me trying to be lazy. Tiny, small round brush. I was being a little lazy, guys. Show you a close-up. You just want to put little stems in here and there. Here and there. See that? You don't do a continuous line. You just kind of throw them in there. Alright? That's all you want to do. Here, there, not everywhere. Here, there, not everywhere. See? You don't even have to think hard about it. Just throw them in. Just throw them in wherever you think there might be a tree. And then if you want to get extra crazy special, you can grab a little bit of white and throw some white on them. See that? Just throwing some white on them. That's all I'm doing. Now you have your back tree line. That's it. It's all finished. It's all done. It is all done. And we're going to do our next smushing section. Yep, we're going to do our next smushing section. So everybody catch up mustard with that. $25 plus shipping and handling, Sandy. So since you guys are all asking for it, I'll show you what the deal is while you guys catch up mustard with your tree line. So what you get, I gotta reach for it. I have to reach for it. Okay, so what you get with the brushes, you get this handy dandy little pouch to keep them in. And when you open your pouch up, oh, brand spanking new. Aren't they beautiful? I love new brushes. I really do. I'm like, oh, they're so awesome. Anyway, brand spanking new. You get big boy, all 3 fluffies, mini me, tiny, and 2 nifties. 2 nifties are in there. And then also along with that, you get a complete guide on how to care and use your brushes. So you get complete instructions. Right, Punky? I'm telling you, there's just something about new brushes. And this guy right here, let me just show you the one I'm using tonight. These lasted 5+ years of paint party business so far. The only thing I've had to do was glue this piece to this piece, and that was my fault because I left it soaking in water. So, this guy, 5+ years of painting. Totally recommend Big Boy. Alright, so that's what you get, hon. Just because you're asking about it, alright, Sandy? And they're $25 plus shipping and handling. And I only have 2 paint kits left. Something about new brushes, Punky. Okay, so we're going to do our next line of smushing. We got to get all our smushing in. Okay, so if you see here, this actually has 2 layers. It has blues, and then it has the reds in front of it. Okay, so that's what we're going to do next. All right, guys? So we're going to swirl, tap, dab, fluffy. Get them all fluffy again. And we're going to do smushing layer 2. They are totally satisfying. You got that right, Megna. Alright, so I'm swirl, tap, dab, and fluffy. I'm not worried about getting them too clean. I just want them fluffed out again. And we're going to go right back into that blue and black and more white this time. You want it lighter than the other line. Okay, more white. And you're just smushing, guys. Oh, I need more white. I have to actually grab more white. Okay, and that's going on the next line. Same thing we just did on top. Let me grab more white paint. Penny, you still want your paint set for next month? Yeah, Penny, it is already ready for you. Tina B, 6,000%, right? Brushes do make a difference. Penny, your paint kit is already ready, hon. It is. I have it right here for you whenever you are ready. No worries. It's not going anywhere, hon. So, and once I send pennies out, I have 2 left. It's all ready in the box and ready to go your way, baby. I got you. Okay, so same colors, blue. No worries, girl. No worries. Don't even stress it. The shipping to Canada was a little nutty. I didn't expect it to be that nutty. So, but I got you, hon. I got you. Whenever you're ready, I got you. Okay. And now, once you're done with that layer, again, I'm smushing this on, but I'm making it nice and thin, guys. It's still thin. See, it's not like, there's a couple of goops, but not a lot of goops, all right? So you want to make sure when you're doing this that you're not having it a big goopy mess, that you still want to keep things thin. And if you notice, I don't have any paint left on my brush, and I go back in and I smush out some of those goops. Okay, with no paint on my brush. So you don't want it goopy globby. Just because we're smushing doesn't mean you want a smushy mess. Okay, so now same thing, but you're going to add red to it now. So you got the blue, you got the black, the white, and red, extra red. Okay, and like I said, you don't want to overmix. You want that separation of colors on your brush. And you're going to go right in front of it. Right in front of it. That's it. That's all you're doing. So, and don't cover it up, you know. You don't want to lose it. You don't want to lose all that hard work you just did. So don't cover it up. You're just going to go right in front of it. Right in front of it. Just lower. Just lower, because you don't want to lose the work you just did. Okay? You guys got this. We're just smushing. We're not doing anything special. And be like, what'd you do on East Creations paint party Friday night? We smushed. That's all we did. We smushed. Right? We get technical here. All you guys that it's your first time here, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we don't get very technical here. We just smush. That's all we do. So I literally have no paint left on my brush. Again, I am just going through this here, there, not everywhere. If you notice, I'm bouncing the brush around. And I am just smoothing that out to get rid of the globs. To get rid of the globs. Okay? Smush, smush, smush. That's right. All right, now I'm going to wipe my brush off. Get all the excess paint out of them. And I'm going to grab that white paint, that clean white paint. Whoop, that was a lot. See, you don't want something like that. Don't do that. We don't want that. We want this. We want this. And again, you're just going to do light little taps. Do the blue one first, and you're just going across the top. Here, there, not everywhere. Just nice light little. See how far I went without even grabbing any more paint? I'm like halfway on the canvas, and now I'm going to grab more paint because I don't want to start pushing the brush in. But that's how much paint we're using. Not a lot of paint at all. At all, at all, at all. Alright, so there's the blue. Okay. And once you have the blue, you can go in and do your reds now. Like I said, here, there, not everywhere, guys. Just let it pop, let it bounce, let it do its fun stuff. Maybe do a little push on some of them so it gets the purple in it and make a lighter purple. But just keep it moving. Keep it moving. And if it starts to look mushy, don't try to fix it. Let it dry. If it starts to look big, old, mushy, and messy on you, do not try to fix it. Just let it dry. Because if you keep trying to fix it, and you keep adding paint to it, and you keep trying to smush stuff around, you're going to wind up with just a bigger section of mush. So we don't want that. So if you get a mushy area, if it's just too much paint and it's looking kind of icky and messy, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. But you see how I have some of it, it's kind of the purple and then the white, that's what we want. And I get that because I have hardly any paint. Look, there's like, you can't even see the paint on my brush. There's a little there, but not much. That's what I'm saying, a little bit of paint. Little bit of paint. And then you could do a little, you know, with hardly any paint, you can hit it a little harder. And then when you reload your brush, and you kind of just tap here and there, it'll give you the brighter spots. Smushing's a lot of fun. There's a few, you know, you got to work at it, just like anything else in painting. But it is a lot of fun. And just like that, you've got 2 layers. 2 layers of land going on. Oh, yeah. Okay. As you guys catch up muster with that, down here, I just want you to make a mess. You don't have to worry about anything you're doing. I'm grabbing my dirty red, blue, black paint. I'm grabbing some white. I just got a big old mess on here, and you just want to kind of fill this in. Alright, I'm just kind of scribbling around. You just want to fill this in. And we're filling this in, number 1, so we know where our bridge is going. Number 2, it adds some texture to our canvas, a little bit of something something, so when we do all of the foliage and plants and stuff up front, it has something to grab onto. Okay, so I'm just doing a mushy mess here. Don't go too high, because you don't want to lose where your bridge is going to go over. I promise you, we're going to get to the bridge soon. I know everyone's like, I want to paint the bridge. We got to put the land first so the bridge is something to hold on to. Right? When are we going to do the bridge? I can just hear everybody. I'd be the same way. I'd be like, Eve, come on. I'm done with this smushing. I want to paint my bridge. No worries. I got you. I got you. Alright, so you want to mush that in there. I'm putting this away. And remember when we did the little trees in the background? You're going to do the same thing in this part. But I literally, like, you can make like a little tiny tree if you want to. See that? See how small that is? You can do something like that. Or you can just do the twigs. We're talking microscopic. See my fingernail? That's how big that is. See that? It's tiny. It's that little tiny tree back there. Look. Super tiny. Okay, so you guys can add all that fun stuff. I'm going to grab Mr. Nifty. I'll grab my tiny brush. My tiny brush is actually really good tonight. So, in this background, you're going to add the same little thing. Just some twigs and trees and whatnots. Little whatnots. Little whatnots. See? Little whatnots in there. So, I hope everybody had a good week. I hope everyone's doing good. And, thank you for joining me on this awesome Friday. So, I see that. I just put a little tree in there. All I did was squiggle. I didn't do anything, fancy. I just put a line and then squiggled off of that line. All I did. all I did. No worries. Because you're going to see this stuff. You're going to see this a little bit more than back here. So, here, there, not everywhere. Just an idea. Just an idea that there's some trees. I'll give you a close-up of this one. Love the nifties. You use them a lot since you got them, right, Penny? That's why I called them nifties. See, so I just put a line and some squiggles. And now I'm just going to go in with my white paint. And just put a little something, something. I mean, this is so far in the back. No one's really going to notice. Like, you notice, but you don't notice. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Does that make sense? So, you don't have to be crazy particular about adding this stuff. It's just a little hint of nature going on back there. Little pieces of nature just poking through. Just poking through, that's all. Just poking through. Nothing crazy. Okay. Woo! That was a lot of work. No, it wasn't. It was a lot of fun. Okay, so I'm going to take this commercial off the music. Alright. Oh, stretch it out. Stretch it out, everybody. Stretch it out. Oh, we just made 2 land masses and trees and all the stuff going on. We need to shake it out. Penny says I do a lot of fine detail painting such as small Christmas ornaments. Oh, well, there you go, Penny. You definitely need nifties then. You definitely need nifties. All right, guys, ketchup, mustard. Who wants a hamburger? I'm going to do some roll call. Oh, yeah. Katie is here. Tina B, Barbara, Artist, Kelly, Tina M, Diane, who wanted the sugar skulls, Kim, Nancy, Sandy, Lynn, Carolyn, Kavitha with Sadvik, Brenda, Punky, Megna's here. Oh, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, it was an ad that popped on, Nancy. I have non-copyright on YouTube, and the ads pop on. Alright, guys, we're gonna do it. Swirl tap dab, big boy, we're gonna put our bridge in. What? What? Yes, putting in our bridge. That's right. So swirl tap dab, your big boy, your big flat brush. You don't have to get them crazy clean. You just want them nice and thin and loose. Okay, you're gonna find your center. Find our center, right down here somewhere. And you're gonna grab that blue and black and white mixture that you have going on all over your palette. Hold your brush directly to the canvas, and you're gonna do a line right back into here, okay? So it's at a diagonal. Just like that. And just let this drop off, okay? Just let it drop off. Like when you get to this point, like I brought it through the purple, but let it drop off and be really thin. And I let it hit the blue ones. Okay? See that? Alright. Once you have that line in, you're going to go from this part and you're going to make a triangle. You're going to make a triangle. I'm going to make mine a little more this way. I was a little off because I'm painting from the side. So I'm going to make mine a little bit more this way. Because I was a little off. Right? Color it in. Bring it all the way to the bottom of your canvas. Now, we did how-to bridges on Tuesday, so those of you that watched how-to bridges with me, you guys have a pretty good idea of where I'm going to be going with this. Those of you that missed it, that's okay, no worries. I'm going to explain everything, so don't think I'm going to leave you hanging. All right, and I'm just going to grab a little more black because I want this to be a little darker. I want this to be a little darker. Alrighty, there we go. There it is, our big blue triangle. Just make sure it's really small up here and it gets bigger and bigger as it gets closer to you. Okay, no worries. And I want you to take that black and that blue and that white, whatever mess you got going on, and you're going to come over here and we're going to make our little island. Alright, so you just want to put a little squiggle something right there. Alright, which we're going to mush on later. And now, I'm going to grab just black. I didn't clean off my brush, but I'm grabbing just black and I'm pulling it nice and thin on the side of my canvas, on my side of my palette. And we're going to put the trees on that island. So you want to put your brush directly straight onto your canvas like this and just pull upwards. Okay, I'm holding my brush back here. I'm putting it directly to my canvas and I'm just going to pull upwards. And I'm going to make it follow along, put a branch going out. Follow along, put a branch. Okay, and it, just like true Bob Ross style, we have to give him a friend. Alright, say his friend is kind of tired. He's leaning. His friend's a little tired. He needs a nap. Okay, and you just go make it thicker, 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 thicker as you work your way down. So if you get a thick branch up here, you just make your trunk thicker as you work your way down. Right? And then, right underneath it, very lightly, you're going to swipe in. Follow how that's leaning. Very lightly, you're going to swipe in a little bit of dark. And then if you want to soften it some more, you can run your finger over it. Very little paint and very, very lightly. Okay. Just catching this, so sorry I didn't put on hopefully watch tonight when I'm home. Okay, Cindy, sounds good, sweetheart. No worries, replays are always available. Okay, and I'm going to put some more branches, so I'm going to follow along what I already did. And I'm just going to pull out. Grab more paint, make sure it's nice and flat on my brush, follow along what I already painted, and pull out. No worries. all good. And of course, you could always turn around and take your small brush and put in the tiny branches. We're going to work on that as we're waiting for our bridge to dry. We're going to put the details in this guy. Okay, but for now, that's all we're doing. Heck, while we're on trees, let's throw the tree in that's on over here, okay? Right? The big old monster tree. The big old monster. Let me get some Java. Okay. So, straight up against the canvas, nice and thin, black paint. Pull up. Swoop. And out. Grabbing more paint. Grabbing more paint. Thinning it out on my brush. Follow along what I already did. Pull out a different way. So you guys can make your trees any way you want to. Follow along what I did. Pull out it. Stay away from here though, because your covered bridge is going there. So you don't want to get in the way of where your bridge is going to be. Okay, guys? Follow along my branch. Follow along that branch. Throw that in. Follow along here, thicker, 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 thicker. Okay, so if you get a thick branch, you just follow along that and then just push your brush to make the trunk even thicker. Okay, so if you wind up with one of those monster branches, an oopsie branch, an oopsie, you know what time it is. It's tree time. I forgot to say that. I love that. Swoop. Yep, we're swooping, Tina. That's right, we're swooping some tree limbs in. Alright, so I forgot to say both things. I forgot to say swoop and it's tree time. So, I have my brush has, it's very thin. I'm pressing very lightly. And I'm just following along what I already did and pulling outwards. Now, if you can't get these thin little pieces with Big Boy, just go to a smaller brush. It's all good. So, we got those bad boys in there. We're going to put Big Boy in the water. And we got to take out Mini-Me again. Hold that thought. Let's do Fluffy. Alright, guys. So, you guys catch up mustard. I'll give you a minute. I know, like, you're probably on, like, your first tree. So, I'll give you a second. Catch up mustard time. And then we're going to grab Fluffy. Now, if I'm moving too fast, you hear me anytime you do any painting. I know, I'm in your head. I'm in your head, you're brainwashed. If I'm going too fast, don't worry about the trees right now, okay? Because what I want you to pay attention to is how to get this to look like ice and how to do the bridge. So if I start moving too quickly, skip the trees, okay? You can always put the trees in later. You can always put the trees in later. No worries about that. Alright, so I'm going to grab Fluffy. And on my island, we have a really pretty blue foliage. Oh, I need more blue paint. We need more blue paint. Alright, so blue and some white. Smash, smash. Right in here. Right in here we have the prettiest blue. And leave some of that island showing. And then, for just a little bit of reflection, I just very lightly, guys, very lightly, just put some blue color in there. Pull it down with my finger and swipe across. Whoop! I just got like a big old line. That's what spit's for, guys. Get rid of that. Okay, and then you can grab your white. Grab your white, see? A little bit of white on the tips. And put your white on your bush. That's on your island. Okay, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, guys. Alright, now we're going to grab Mini-Me. Now we're going to grab Mini-Me. And remember when we did this up here? We're going to do that again. But we're going to make it more of like a shoreline. Okay, so I'm grabbing Mini-Me and I'm grabbing black paint. And you're going to come in here and just zigzag zoom. Just zigzag zoom. But you don't want to soften it. Then you're going to go back and you're going to follow underneath your zoom to make it a shoreline, okay? So you don't want to soften it this time. You actually want to outline it. We got like really mellow music playing right now. We're all zoning out, painting. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, and there's some back in here. My bush didn't cover it. And we had to do this side. Everybody's just zoning out, creating their little winter wonderland, or if you're doing it not winter, whatever you want to do. And then you want that to be okay. And then once you have that, you're going to turn around and you're going to grab white paint. And you're going to do this little bit of white on top of it. See that? See that? Okay, that's what you're going to do. Alright. Here, there, not everywhere. You don't have to make it a solid line. It's just wherever snow might be sitting on that little river bank. Whatever you want to do. Here, there, not everywhere. I'm not doing a solid line. I'm just kind of letting it play. Just letting it play. That's all. And then you're going to take Mini-Me and you're going to come in here and you're going to do what you can soften with your finger. You're going to do these white, grayish and white, because I didn't clean my brush yet. I didn't clean it. So I'm going to get gray and white and all sorts of stuff coming out. And you're going to make this look like ice. So I'm just zigzag zooming. And I'm going to go over my tree. It's okay. And then to the other side. So it looks like it's continuing. And I want to put in, now you want these to be pretty straight going across. Okay, and you're going to make all this look like ice. And you can also go like this with your hand. Okay. Go back and forth like that. So this is all going to look like ice. And if you notice, I'm skipping spaces here. I'm not making it all solid white. And every time you see me leave, I'm picking up more white paint. You go over your tree reflection. Your tree reflection. You're going to go over your tree reflection. That's what you're going to do. The reflection. You're going to go over your tree reflection. And we need to add some snow over here on this land right here. So I add a little snow on here too. Oh, walking in a winter wonderland. See how easy that was? See how easy that was to make ice? Right? I got you guys. No worries. Walking in a winter wonderland. Alright, so if you're waiting, if you're faster than some people, you just want to take a tiny brush and start adding more twigs to your trees. So if you're waiting, if you're like the quick type, you can just start taking a tiny brush and start adding to your trees. Right? I'll swirl, tap, dab my small brush, tiny. Make sure your black paint is nice and liquidy. If you got to add some water to it, that's fine. And you can add some of the smaller branches to your trees. So if you're waiting, and people are still, I'm sure everyone's at a different spot right now, so we'll just take a little zone out break. And I'm just going to add some things to my trees. Like I said, if you, if you're a little behind, don't stress it. Replay is always available. And number two, you can just skip the tree part for now. You can always add them in later. So I just have my tiny brush and some very loose thin black paint. And I'm just following along one I already did. Pulling out, doing like a little squiggle, that's all. Okay, every time you see me leave is when I'm grabbing more paint. When I'm grabbing more paint. Okay. Alright, so you gotta think of what color, oh, okay, Nancy. Healing prayers your way, sweetie. No worries. No worries. So, you guys need clean white paint, and you got to figure out what color you're making your bridge. And you need clean white paint. Because we're going to map our bridge out. Alright, we're going to be mapping our bridge out. And those of you that are new, mapping is basically we draw our object in all white first. So this way the colors pop once we put the colors on there. Okay? So that's what we're doing. So you want to swirl, tap, dab your big boy. Get them nice and clean. Let's do a little roll call. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I see some stars up there. You guys are amazing. Let's wake everybody up. Whoop, whoop. We're all zoning out. We got to pay attention for this part, all right? So, Punky's here. Katie and Tina B. We got Barbara and Artist and Kelly's hanging out, drinking her tea. Tina M, Diane, Kim is hanging out with us. Nancy just became a watcher, and that's okay. Sandy's in the house. We have Lynn and Carolyn and Kavitha with Sadvik. And we have Brenda. And of course, my Megna is here. Oh, yeah. What? All right, guys. So, swirl, tap, dab your big boy. Get them nice and clean. I'm actually going to cheat. I'm going to my sink. I'm cheating. I'm cheating, guys. There's a lot of paint in this guy. I cheated. I didn't feel like doing all that swirling. Luis is late. Who's coming in late? We got some latecomers. That's okay. Cynthia's a little late. That's all right, Cynthia. Cynthia's with us now. Hello, sweetheart. And Luis is here. Hello, Luis. And we got Bonnie hanging out with us. Hello, Bonnie. Bonnie's new to the show. Everybody, welcome Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. Welcome to the fam, hon. No worries, guys. You can watch me, and then the replay is available for you at any time. So the replay will be on YouTube, or it'll be on the event page. And don't forget, always free to watch. Tips are appreciated. My links, PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App are on the event page and throughout my page. Look at you guys. Welcome in our newcomer. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. All right. So big boy, white paint. Big boy and white paint. All right. So you're going to follow this line. Follow the line you made with your road. You practiced some bridges this week. That's good. All right. And then you're going to do a straight line up. And then you're going to do a longer straight line up over here. Right? And then connect those two. Okay, and then you're gonna do a straight line up over here. Same length as that one. Give yourself a little arch. Yes, I just did a how-to bridges on Tuesday too, so you guys are all good. All right, you do the little arch right in the center of this, right? Find your center. You want to do your triangle. And then the same angle this is, the same angle this line is, you're going to come back here and do this one smaller, but at the same angle. And then connect it. Okay, and then we're going to take white paint, and you're going to fill in this whole side. You're going to fill in this whole side right here. And you're going to color in over here. So you're going to go on your road like that. Leave your road alone. And then fill this all in here. Okay, and I'm going to grab a little bit of red with my white, just so I can tell the difference between these two spots. And I'm going to fill in this part with a little bit of red and white, so I can tell what's inside and what's outside. So whatever color you're doing in your bridge, just add some white to it and fill in that piece so you know what's inside and outside. Alright, I'm going to wipe off my brush, and I'm going to grab some black and some blue and some white, and I'm going to put my lines in. Now, if you don't overmix, you'll get that nice separation right there, and you want to follow the same angle that you did over here. And if you wind up going over your line, I just kind of smushed it out and made it part of the foliage. So if you wind up, you know me and staying in lines, I'm not the best. Eve doesn't like to stay in her lines. I'm going to draw that line back in and follow that. And I just got the black, blue, and white on here. That's all I got, guys. I just didn't overmix it, so I got those separations of color. I'm going to wipe off my brush this time and put them in the water. See? Just like that. You guys painted a covered bridge. Look at that. What? Alright, we got to let that dry a second. So, you're going to take Mini-Me, and back in here where your road is, where your piece of road is left, see that? If you have a piece of road left, you just want to take some of that red and blue and white with Mini-Me and just kind of put some dabs around it just to kind of get it to where it's disappearing into some foliage. Alright, that's all you want to do. I'll give you a close-up. Close-up, see that? And then we're going to turn around, and we only have a few steps left, believe it or not. Oh, my thing's all sorts of crooked. It's so hard when I'm painting from the side, but you guys get the gist, so we're good. You get the gist of what you need to do. Just make sure it's more straight on yours. This thing is crooked. So we're going to be putting in all these little pieces in here. Okay? That are going around. Punky, your bridge looks like a carport. if you wanted, you could use a white chalk pencil, sketch your bridge in since it disappears. Perhaps a little more control. Yes, you could always do that. Hello, just that perfect piece. That's how you come up. Hello, sweetheart. You could always do that. You could always pre-draw it. We paint everything here. Because if you mess up, you can paint right over it. But whatever you guys are more comfortable doing. Po Buddy's perfect. Yeah, well, you guys see where I am, right? So I paint everything from the side. So I should have came up behind you and made that better. But you get, it's all good. It's old. We get crooked when we get old. Alright. I'm going to grab Big Boy. And in our trees, there's gray frost. So I'm going to grab some of that white and black and blue and whatever's on my palette here. You got plenty of chalk pencils. Yes, a lot of people, that is a very good tip. So I'm just putting in these gray frost areas on my tree. So anybody that doesn't feel comfortable drawing with the paint, using chalk is always an alternative. And just like you said, when you paint on it, it goes away. So thank you so much for that tidbit. Appreciate it. So I'm just grabbing gray and I'm putting frost on my tree. And we can't forget our friends. We can't forget our two friends back here. So it's just gray paint. And I'm pulling it out onto my stems. Right, the little guys. And also, that's why we map first, because if your shape is a little off, you could always fix it before you wind up finishing it. So I'm going to grab some black and white and blue, that grayish color I've had, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hold it like a pencil, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put the other side of the roof in, and then put this piece of the roof in. And I'm sneaking up behind you guys to make this a little more. There we go. That's better. Okay. So we're grabbing Fluffy. We're going to do our first phase of doing all the fluff around the bridge. We're going to color the bridge in. And we're going to do our last little details of our fluffs. And then we're going to be all set, guys. So good job. You guys are amazing. Talking about painting a winter foliage in an hour and 20 minutes tops. And I have no idea what my heat's on right now, but it's like Hades in my house. I'm like sweating to death. It's like 20 degrees outside, but I'm like sweating to death. I'm having like a hot flash. Got my soda. So I hope everyone's having a good time. I hope you're all having fun. If you have any questions, 6,000% ask me. Me or some fam will answer you. When you're done with your painting, 6,000%, post them to the event page. We all want to see them. Okay, so I'm swirl tap dabbing big boy. And I'm going to put my pink, my red, and my white on the side here. Because red needs at least 3 coats. Coat of white, coat of pink, and then you can put your red on. So, I'm putting my pink on right now. Okay, filling that in. And then I'm going to add a little bit of black to it. Microscopic amount. So I'm going to do red, white, and a little bit of black. And I'm going to do the inside. And I'm holding this real close, and I'm using the flat of that brush. I'm just lining up the flat of that brush, guys. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. And Punky, if yours looks like a carport, then you got the gist down. You just have to make it a little longer. That's great, though. That's awesome. Looks like a carport. I love it. I like it a lot. Alright, and since I already painted this pink, I'm going to grab some red. And I'm going to grab some black. And we're going to come in and paint this darker. Because it's underneath the roof. The roof. I'm going to grab some more red. It's a little too dark for my liking because in here has to be dark, dark, dark. So I don't want this to be so dark that I'm making the other part black. Right? And you got to frame this out here. Bam! Follow that down. You have 2 sports... Okay, there you go, Punky. Totally enjoying yourself. Hello, Bonnie. You think you'll be able to do a covered bridge now? 6,000%. And Bonnie, if you need any more instruction, the how-to on Tuesday was all about bridges. So, if you need any more, file this all the way down. Bam. I'll wipe off my brush. I'm going to grab some black and some red. Just black and red now, no white. I'm coming here. And leave that piece that's framing it out, okay? So leave that piece that's framing it out. Don't cover that up. And if you notice, I'm following the angle, having my brush strokes go. And if you lost that piece, just put it back in, that's all. If you lost that piece, just put it back in, no worries. We don't stress stuff like that. We don't stress stuff like that. No, nope, 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 nope. Okay, so wipe my brush off. I got like a mess going on. Anybody else have a mess going on? I love it. Look at my palette. My palette's all messy. I got crazy paper towels with all sorts of stuff going on. So I'm going to wipe off my brush, put it in the water, and we're going to add our first layer of smushing. And then I'm going to show you how to make it look like all different flowers. I was thirsty. Woo, I was thirsty. Thirsty girl. Now the bubbles are tickling my nose. I just gulped my soda. Oh, jeez. Woo, I go with my soda so hard. And my eyes are tearing now. Woo! And my nose is running. That's how I did like 4 big gulps. And it was cold and bubbly. Alright, so foliage. So you want to just do, since your palette's a mess, you're just going to grab from your palette and you want to do all sorts of different colors and all sorts of areas. Now remember, if you notice, I just grabbed blue, black, white, right? And you know, you just smash, smash, smash. And you just pick these little sections to do. Right? So I'm going to do this section with those colors. And then I'm going to jump over here and do this section with those colors. Okay? So you just put some colors on your brush. And then let me move you back so you can see what I'm doing. And you just pick different spots. Right? So I'm going to do this in different areas, this set of colors, until I run out of paint on my brush. Okay? And then, now that there's hardly any paint on my brush, I'm going to grab a new smush of color. So I'm going to grab some red. I'm going to grab some white and blue that's kind of going on over here. Some of this, some of that. Doesn't matter. And I'm going to turn around and smush this in different areas. Okay, so it doesn't matter as long as you get these sections of different colors going on. Now I have something going on right there. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab it. Let's put that on. Let's see what that does. Okay, and you just want to put these in and fill in this area with all these different sections of color. All these different little pods, I guess you'd call them, of different colors. And this is where you get to hide the bottom of the tree trunk. Alright, and now I'm going to grab that blue again. I'm going to grab some white. So now I just grabbed some blue and some white. But it was messy blue. We're going to put that in. Right? And again, nice and thin. Don't want it all big goopy gobby mess. Nice and thin. Okay? And try to stay in that area. Don't turn around and start bouncing everywhere and putting all these crazy little things in every little spot, because it's going to just get messy on you. So try to stay in a spot, all right? Don't start going like this with all the different colors. I know it sounds like it'd be a good idea, but it's really not. Because then it just winds up looking spotted and mushy. Okay, so got that on there. We're going to let that dry. I'm going to grab Big Boy. I'm going to put my last layer of red paint on my bridge. So I'm going to swirl, tap, dab the bigger boy. The bigger boy. And swoop. Swoop. See? So when you do the 3 coats, white, then pink, and then your red. Look how nice that red pops. I love it. I like it a lot. I do. I love it. Right, Magna? Magna's my main girl. Right, Magna? When we do the mapping, and then we actually take the time to do the colors, like do the layers, how much do our colors pop, right? It looks amazing. I like it a lot. And I'm using this like a pencil. I'm using the flat of that brush. I'm following my areas. I'm trying to stay in my lines as best as I can. Alright, now, with this little, it pops. With this little bit of paint left on my brush, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to put a straight line down. Now, I'm not putting a solid. We're not doing solid. You're really far away. Alright, with this little bit of paint on my brush, I'm going to turn around and Sweep this way. Sweep this way. Right? Just like a little triangle of red going on here. Just a little triangle of red going on here. Oh, and I picked up some of that darker color that kind of looks kind of cool, actually. Right? Because that's going to be reflecting. It's going to be reflecting off of our, ice. Very small amount of paint. And then what you want to do is you just want to take your finger and go down and then go across. What? That's how you know you're an artist right there, people. And your clothes look like this. See that? That's artist fashion. That's what we do. Okay, guys. We are on our last leg. Our last leg. We just have a few more things to do, and you guys are going to be all set. So I'm going to show you how to make all these fancy little flowers. All these fancy little things going on in here. So fancy. So easy. Wait till you see how easy this is. And we got to put the snow. And we got to put the ice over our reflection. And we'll be all set. Okay? And there's another little tree right there. See it? What? Thanks, Sandy. Looks great, right? Easier than you guys thought it was going to be. You guys can have fun and put your little black twigs in and your little black trees. Like I said, it's just a detail brush and thin paint. And you can put your squiggles in any you want. So, swirl tap dab my brush. And all of those, you're usually more vocal, but you're playing cards with your family. That's okay, Sandy. Hello, family. Oh, I gotta say hi because he likes it. Hi, Sadvik. How you doing, sweetheart? He's 3. I love it. I like it a lot. Alright, so now to do this, it's basically just doing different types of pressure with Fluffy and moving your brush certain ways. Alright, guys? So I'm going to grab my white. And back in here, we're going to do what we did up here. Let me bring you in close. Okay, so you're just going to dab. But I'm dabbing really tight. Really tight. Still sticking and moving, but I made it really tight. See that? Light touch, but really tight. See? Okay, so that is one way to make it look like a different flower. So I'm going to grab some more white paint, and we're going to do some of that on this side. So I'm still dabbing, but I'm doing it so it's really tight together. And stick and move, guys. See how, that's it. Stop touching it. Leave it alone. Alright, another one. See how that's all spread out like that? You turn around and you just dip the tips in your white. Just the tips. And you come in and with a light touch, let's do this over here by here. With a light touch, you get like light touch. You get these pieces that are really spread out. They're really spread out. See how I'm like snapping back off again? Okay, so then that makes it look like a whole other type of flower or bush or whatever. And those colors you put in before, you kind of want these different techniques to follow those colors that you put in. Alright, so I'm going to do this on this side. I'm going to hold it here now since you guys saw what I was doing. because I can do it a lot faster if I hold it here. And I'm just kind of doing like a darting in and out kind of thing. Alright, so that's another type of texture that you can do. Another one, let's grab some red and some white. I'm going to grab some red and some white, and I'm going to smash, smash, smash. You can do a little like twist. We could do the twist. Yes, whatever happened to the Transylvania twist? And you just do a twist like this. I have too much paint on my brush. And you kind of let it... There's too much paint on here. Alright, we're going to try that again with less paint. I had too much paint on my brush. Alright, so let's try that again with less paint. Okay, so I'm grabbing white. I'm doing a dab, dab. And you want to... There we go, that's better. You just do a little shoop like that. White, a little dab, dab. I had too much paint on my brush, and I also was pressing too hard. So, all those things make a difference. The amount of paint, the pressure you use to put the paint. So, there is another way of putting a different texture. Okay, so we have these fun sweeping blue ones. So I'm going to grab the blue, and I'm going to grab the white and the blue. I'm going to mix it up to get a nice light blue. I'm going to squeeze my brush through it. I'm going to squeeze. Do a little smash, smash. And then these, you just do this sweeping. Again, light touch. You do this sweeping, and then I'm going to grab white paint, and then lightly go on those sweeps with the white. Again, doing the sweeping motion. Right, so that's how you can do other ones. And then I'm going to grab black, and I'm going to grab white, and I'm going to dab, dab, dab. You can do the straight ups. So I'm pushing and then flicking. Push, flick. Push, flick. Push, flick. Alright, now I'm going to grab white paint. And I'm just going to do the flick upwards. Here, there, not everywhere. Here, there, not everywhere. Alright, so that is all the different ways that you can do different textures. And experiment on your own, too, guys. 6,000%. Just try different things. Who knows? I'm going to swirl tap there my brush nice and clean because it's becoming a mushy mess. Go rogue. You know, I love it when you guys go rogue. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now with my brush nice and clean, I'm going to do a mega smush with just white. So now I'm pushing into this. Okay, so then you get that kind of flower going on. Alright, so you can make all these happy little sections of all these happy little flowers all going on together. And this is me just grabbing black paint and putting some more of those little flicks in. And then this way you get a whole garden of different frosted things going on. How do you like that? Little different frosted things. Frosted things. That's what we're doing. Alright, let's grab Big Boy. Let's get some snow on our roof and let's call this baby a done deal, alright? Oh, and one last thing. So you want to turn around and you grab your tiny brushes or your nifties. If anybody want nifties, just send me support. Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. And make sure I have your address. You get nifty sent out to you for free. Okay, so if you want to do the tree, it was thin black paint. Okay, and just pull. Right? I need more black paint. I'm like stretching this black paint on my palette like till no end. And I'm like, does anybody else do that? Like, heaven forbid we pour more paint. And heaven forbid we grab the brush that we should be using. That's another one. That's another one I'm famous for. I just keep painting with whatever brush I have. So this is thin black paint. And my my tiny round brush. And you're just putting these, you know, you can add yourself a little tree. And also you can turn around and you could put in little like twigs, just doing little flicks upwards. You can put little twigs in. So make your covered bridge garden any way you want to. You know, I showed you a bunch of different ways to do it. So however you want to do it, you know, pause in between those different ways that I showed you. Okay, so snow on our roof, ice on our refraction, and we're going to be all set, guys. Yes! So, Punky, Katie, Tina B, Barbara, Artist, Kelly, Tina M, Diane, Kim, Nancy, Sandy, Lynn, Carolyn, Kavitha, Sadvik, Brenda, Megna, Cynthia, Louise, and Bonnie. Love you lots. Stars is enabled. Make sure you share your finished creations to the event page. I want to see them 6,000%. We've got 2 steps left. What? If you have any questions, ask me now. We're here every Tuesday and Friday. Same bat channel, same bat place. Next Friday is Llama Love. I know I spelled llama wrong. Okay. And the Friday after that, we've got Monster Valentine. Diane asked for the Sugar Skull. And the Friday after that, I think I'm doing these in the right order. Yes. And the Friday after that, we've got our Rainbow Heart Garden. Okay, and then the Friday right before Valentine's, the 11th, is going to be Nosy Gnome. Okay, guys? So, Eve's got her stuffs all ready already. Which, this, like, never happens. Alright, guys. Let's do this. Alright, I'm grabbing Mini-Me. Swirl, tap, dab, and I'm grabbing some white paint. I'm going to come over here on my refraction. And I'm going to zigzag zoom some ice through that. Just like we did before. It's just giving a little brighter pop to your ice. So here, there, not everywhere. You can turn around and put a little brighter area onto your ice. Right? Because this is layer number 2, so it's going to come out brighter. So you can add some pops of white in your ice. Okay? And we're going to grab Big Boy. Swirl, tap, dab, Big Boy. Do you give a listing somewhere, colors and such we will need each week? Sandy, it is the same supplies every single party for the last 2 years. Always the same stuff. It is always black, white, red, yellow, blue. Always. And the brushes are always Big Boy, 1 inch flat, Tiny, which is a detailed round, Mini-Me, which is a small shader, and the fluffy brushes, small, medium, and large. Anything to fluff with. Thank you, Tina B. You're awesome. Yep. Write it out. Write it out. Every single party, every single week, we draw from the same supply list. So you got this, my love. And I posted on the event pages. All right, white paint, nice and thin, nice thin edge. We're going to come along here. We're going to follow the edge of our roof. I'm going to put a line so I stay in my lines. And pull. Pull. Right? Pull and flick. Just like that. I turn my brush this way. Just zigzag zooming, guys. Just zigzag zooming. Make it look more like icicles. And then we need, of course, on the other side, boop, 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 boop. And there you go. So, you're all set, fam. So this was a lot of fun, right? Lots of stuff. I had to cover a lot of stuff. But you guys totally have this. You can totally do it. You guys got this. Let's see. Did I make it any straighter as I filled it in? Hey, that's not too bad. Creeping up behind you. Hi. I'm over here now. That's not too bad. I kind of fixed it up. There we go. See, that's why we map first. That's why we do some mapping first. And the only thing I would do on this... You are so welcome. The only thing I would do on this, now that I looked at it from this angle, is I'm going to grab black and red with Mini-Me, and I'm going to, like, make this part right in here and kind of just blend it out. Make this part in here a little darker, since that's all the way in there. And then as I move my way out, I'm just going to grab red paint to soften it as I move my way out. So if you notice, I'm just zigzag zooming. That's the only thing that I would add. See? So then this way it's dark in there and gets lighter as it gets to the end of the tunnel. There. You're so welcome, Bonnie. You're so welcome, Sandy. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. 6,000%. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Prayers for all who need it, and welcome to all the newbies. We love it here with Eve. Oh, Tina, you're so sweet. Yeah, anybody who sends me support, make sure I have your address so you can get your Mr. Nifties. I have Mr. Nifties coming out this week. We got Tina M, we got Cynthia, we have Kelly, and we have Tina B. Tina B, all the Nifties are coming your way. Thank you so much, guys. What did you write? You said, oh, the shadowing, it made a difference. Yeah, just a little bit of shadowing right in there. That's the only thing I would change. When I looked at it from the front, I noticed it kind of needed that. You are so welcome. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Carolyn, for joining me. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the people. It's your first time. Welcome to the fam. Hope to see you again. I hope you had a good time. Thank you so much, Penny. And I have your kit right here. It's right here for you, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. I'll restart the music. Because I'm going to be finishing Nosy Gnome. Thank you so much, Tina M. Yep, I only have 2 left. 2 kits left. And I'm not going to be making the new ones anytime soon. So, last of the Mohicans. And I have the brush sets. So, I have enough brush sets. I think I have like 7 brush sets. So, good night, everybody. What are we doing on Tuesday? I have no idea. You're just going to have to wait and find out. Because I have no idea what we're doing on Tuesday. No clue. It's all good, right? And with that, I'm going to say goodnight. So thank you so much for watching me tonight. You are the family, and you are who make it happen. Anybody on the replay, any questions, feel free to message me. And with that, good night, everybody. You all warm my heart. There were 31 people at one point. That's cool. So, y'all warm my heart. Have fun and go create. Mwah. Bye. I'm happy the family's growing too. It's good stuff.